Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Another horror rumble.
Yeah, another month, another horror rumble. You excited for this one, Jess?
Kind of am, kind of not.
No, I can't
I
think
am.
of anything.
I mean, we'll get into it on how much I like these. No, I mean, I'm excited, and then it's just that up and down still. Now it's the after holiday blues. I had the holiday blues. Now it's the after holiday blues, and soon I'll have the springtime blues.
Well, if you go outside right now, everything else will turn blue too. So
it does. Oh,
sorry, folks. It's cold here in Iowa.
It is. It is. We're doing the Omen franchise, and
I personally can't think of anything more scary than the actual concept of the apocalypse, the end of the world,
the Antichrist.
The Antichrist.
I
promise I will try not to get too preachy in this one.
Yeah, because you could really go off on things that aren't even. We can't forget that this, even though this is a movie.
Yes.
Entertainment purposes. Definitely some liberties taken.
A lot of liberties taken.
But yeah, this was recommended or requested by Lewis Clark. Lewis Clark 504. A viewer here for a long time on cable channel 11. So hopefully, Lewis Clark, you catch this. This one is for you. And anybody else who enjoys the Omen franchise or honestly wants to trash talk it.
That's the whole point of the show, right?
That's what you keep telling me.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's the point of the show.
And normally I don't want to do a show on a movie I don't at least half-ass like, but there have been a few doozies that I've been forced to watch that.
Oh, come on, Jess. You're a big Hellraiser fan now, aren't you?
Oh, good God. It's not the worst thing I've ever watched, but go watch that show and you can see how much I love Hellraiser.
Well, you got anybody you want to shout out here real quick?
Yeah, I do. Somebody you haven't seen on the show in a while, mostly due to scheduling conflicts, but we miss him, is Steak Sauce.
Steaky baby.
And we miss the show too. But he's a busy man. He's already given his ranking, which is 1 for the remake, First Omen, 2, and I assume that's a long space to 3.
See, and now I just wish he was on here so I could tell him how fucking wrong he is.
Well, I wish he could defend himself, and it's funny how we often agree on some really, some very close agreements on movies, and then when we're off, we're way the fuck off.
Yeah.
We'll see how we are here.
Let's see. And of course, we got Dan Schein. There's a word there that I can't think of. Fucking old age.
Dan has some hot takes for sure.
Well, we got
Winter Steel.
Winter Steel.
Good to see you.
All right. Well, we got right now one person waiting to come on, and we'll go ahead and bring him on. Hopefully, we'll have a couple other people join us later. But for now, the one, the only, Mr. Dan Schein.
What's up, guys?
And Hello. His money.
Yes, yes. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing all right.
I'm glad to see Jess has taken a break from Bohemian Grove with his Hollywood elite friends and has come here to talk the devil with us.
Well, it's good to see you too, Daniel Schein, and
It's good to see you.
always a pleasure to have you. You are a staple to this show, honestly.
Thank you.
Really are.
Best effigy to Baphomet that you guys have ever made. I'm just going to say it really sparkled this year.
Well, it does sparkle.
It's a Bohemian Grove reference again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the devil.
Yeah, sort of.
Could it be Satan?
Could be Satan. Could be Satan. So.
I won't do my really bad church lady impression, but
I have not watched the sequels in a long time, so I'm eager to talk about these movies tonight.
oh yeah, because you were
Awesome.
telling us backstage that you did just revisit these, so
Yes.
that should be fun. Before we get on, we are doing the movies as usual. I was surprised. I didn't realize this, but there was 2 TV series.
Mm-hmm.
One of them just got the pilot, but it aired like on NBC or something.
Back in '95, and it was backdoor pilots back then trying to make it a series, and it didn't happen.
Now, but there was one that did get greenlit. I don't think it lasted long, but Damien in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing about either one of these shows.
I didn't even know these shows existed.
Yeah, should have cast Finn Wolfhard. It might have made it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry, but that just is a horrible name. That guy needs to go back to his agents or his manager or whatever and change his fucking name.
It's the best porn name.
Yeah, but for porn, yes, but not for.
Well, honestly, any name it's not forgettable, and I think that helps a lot of people in the entertainment industry if that kind of slips it, gets you in the door, and then that name sticks with an audience. It's like,
yes.
I used to think that the name Rock Hudson was kind of questionable, but I mean,
well, it was. It ended up being, I guess, for the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to rebrand myself in 2026 as just Wolfhard. No last name.
Then they might start separating it, and you'll just be Hard. And
that's fine.
That's
fine.
Again, we can never get these
referred to as Mr. Hard.
Mr. Hard.
It's been rolling for almost 9 minutes, and I feel like we're
already at boner jokes.
Press live, and we're already at boner jokes.
Well, we might as well get it out of the way. Dan, are there any porn parodies to these?
You know what? There's more for Exorcist. There's some like horror inspired things, but there's not like a big porn parody for The Omen in particular. It's a little harder to do it, really, when you think about it. I mean, can't really get Damien in on that action unless you're going with the sequels or something.
Well, you definitely have to go with the sequels then, but the Oh Man. Yeah. Oh Man.
I mean, Sam Neill does butt fuck somebody in the third one, so there's that. I mean, but yeah, a little hard with the first one. Yeah. I guess he's technically not their biological kid. So, the whole stepmom thing, maybe that works. I don't know.
I meant to rewatch it, but I didn't. But the SNL sketch with Belushi as Damien.
Did you say skit or sketch?
Sketch.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say I vaguely remember Ava Angelina doing something Omen related, but I could be wrong. But yeah, anyways.
All right.
Well, I guess without further ado, we may or may not have another guest or two pop in, but if not, we've got a wonderful group here. So
There we go.
let's move on. If you're out there watching, want to chime in the chat of your opinions, feel free to do so. We'll tell you if they're wrong.
I can just drop the StreamYard link, find some like Church of Satan.
I think we'll stick to Dan. You know, you are a fine entrant.
There you go.
We only need you for the show if nobody else can show. You've got the energy, you've got the power.
Can reach out to Rachel. I'm just saying. Just saying. I won't be mad.
Speaking of Dan having the power, and I know this is off subject, but is anybody else excited for the new He-Man movie?
No.
No.
He looks like a twink.
He looks small. Yes, I will say
he
that.
Looks like
that
a 90s boy band member. There's no way.
He looks small, yes, and so does Skeletor, but still. I'm excited. They have room to make him grow.
That motherfucker should have hit the steroids if you're going to play.
Yes, he should have.
He should have. Human growth hormone. I want that. His head's got to be like 10 times its normal size. Balls shrinking and just massive muscles to play He-Man. I'm sorry. It's very 2026 casting to put him in that role, but we'll see.
Just I'd like to take the potential the Dolph Lundgren movie had and take some of these elements like, this should have been this. And they're still not getting it right. It doesn't look like they have Orko in any form. What?
Yeah, but isn't this supposed to be a teaser trailer? Like, it's not supposed to have everything.
The long teaser trailer for 2.5 minutes.
Orko might be in it. Just, I don't know.
Hey, we got Battle Cat in this one at least, or Cringer. So
yeah, Battle Cat. I mean, Orko, Peter Dinklage. There you go. Just
oh, that's Daniel Schein, care of Flesh Wound Features P.O. Box.
Just glue him to a pole and just have somebody shaking around or something.
Southern California. That's
could also be reached at 1-900-909-9900. It's $1 for the first minute, 99 cents for each additional minute.
Hell yeah.
Kids, get your parents' permission before you call.
Yes. Get their credit cards.
So anyway, the Omen.
The Omen. The one that started it all.
Yeah. I like this poster. I don't know about you guys. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, very iconic poster. I've never owned the Omen poster for some reason, but very iconic poster. And this is one that Gregory Peck took a big salary cut for. And he also took 10% of the box office at the time, which paid off huge. And did you guys know that it wasn't going to be Gregory Peck? He at one point, Dick Van Dyke actually turned this down, which is hilarious to me.
Thank God he did that.
Yeah.
I might have been a big career turn. He might have been okay. I mean, he's not a bad actor. So it's ironic because actually William Holden also turned it down, and he didn't want to do a movie about the devil, and well, he ended up being in the sequel. But yeah, Dick Van Dyke turned it down. Might have been a very different movie. I don't know if that would have changed it too much. I like Gregory Peck a lot, but yeah, kind of dark going into it though, because his son had unalived himself a year earlier, and he was drawn to the role because, you know, dealing with that grief and guilt and everything. And yeah, this is kind of one of those movies that for me, you know, The Exorcist is the titan in this genre. That's by far the scarier film. But I do when I revisit The Omen, I like it a lot. I mean, it's a very good horror film. I know it was originally called The Antichrist, and then it was The Birthmark at one point before it became The Omen. And one of the most iconic decapitations ever put on screen, that's for sure. the David Warner scene. And yeah, Richard Donner, I know he wanted a more ambiguous story where it wasn't necessarily clear if the supernatural was to blame for what was going on. And the writer, he made it, basically ended up winning in the end because the producer Harvey Bernhard sided with him. And I enjoy this. I enjoy this movie. I don't go back to it as often, but it's a classic for a reason. Where do you guys stand on this one? Because I know, Jess, you seem not as enthusiastic about this franchise.
Well, don't get me wrong. This first Omen is totally solid, super good horror movie, like you said. I remember it at a really young age, specific scenes. So maybe I wasn't quite as glued like I would have been to Freddy, but I definitely remember scenes. And then, of course, revisiting it later. I'm sure my parents played it. I know when we get to 2, I'll bring it up again. You've heard it before, but my sister had a big influence.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a big fan, especially the first 2 or 3 movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's you got a fantastic cast. Like you've already named most of them. I mean, even the kid is super young and does a great creepy job.
In the casting, it was actually kind of funny with the kid because Richard Donner had a bunch of different children audition, and he had them like attack him, see how basically ferocious they could be. And Harvey Stevens, I think, like kicked him in the nuts and like tried to gouge his eye. So he just casted him that way. It was like, you got to dye your hair black. I guess it was like a curly blonde haired kid, and the rest is history.
So
you've got some actually interesting facts I didn't know. Sorry, Kory. I was just
you're fine.
That, and I didn't know Gregory Peck even took like a pay cut because he wanted to do this.
Yeah,
so
his career was
interesting.
Kind of in the slump, and yeah.
So I got just a couple of things here. One is that going back to the whole Gregory Peck thing, Gregory Peck to me is like in that same category of actors like Humphrey Bogart, James Cagney, Cary Grant, Rock Hudson, whatever, that group of actors. And to see him in like choose to do a horror movie, to me, I think is really cool. It's like Bogart did a horror movie, but he was forced to do it.
Yeah.
So I think it's really cool that he actually chose to do this as opposed to being forced into it. Yeah. The second thing is I want to emphasize that I love kids. I think kids are adorable, and they're some of my favorite people in the world. But I have never wanted to punch a kid so much in the face. After watching this again, the kid who plays Damien in the first one, he's got a very punchable face, and I don't like him. So other than that, the movie itself is fine. And like I said, I don't want to get too preachy. I just don't agree with the theology behind this. They really push the revived Roman Empire theory throughout the entire series. So I'll give them credit that they stick with it, but I'm not a big fan of that theory or the theology behind it. But I would love to see and maybe I should probably wait until we discuss the remake, but to see a remake of this done more biblically accurate, as opposed to just picking and choosing different passages and then twisting them to make it into this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like 40 years later, Damien would have a fidget spinner. Yeah, a lot of kids are punchable, though. If I'm being honest, about 80% are punchable. This kid was pretty creepy. I thought he did a decent job. I mean, not exactly dialogue heavy, but
that last shot of him at the end of the movie is great. But he's just got one of those faces that I want to smother it with a pillow.
Yeah, apparently on set some people did too. I know I think the actress Billy Whitelaw, who played Miss Baylock, wanted to do the same. And it's a great cast. I mean, obviously Gregory Peck's fantastic, Lee Remick's very good. We also get the second Doctor himself, Patrick Troughton, as Father Brennan, and boy, does he have a cool death scene in this one. And yeah,
I thought one of them looked like they played Doctor Who.
yeah, second Doctor.
It was him and the photographer. I could have swore both played a Doctor in Doctor Who. But
David Warner was on the show, but he never played the Doctor. But yeah, no, I mean, excellent cast. It's interesting if you ever read the novelization because it is a little bit different. And yeah, you know, it doesn't have that like raw primal fear that The Exorcist or even Rosemary's Baby has. I feel like a lot of people will probably put it over Rosemary's Baby, but it's just lacking a little something when it comes to that terror. But it's a great horror movie. I mean, the Rottweiler attack in the cemetery, you know, him kind of coming to that realization that he's gonna actually kill him. You know, unfortunately he hesitates, but it's a different way that they made movies back then, because that baboon scene, like, she was legit terrified, because I think at first they tried like not feeding them for a day so that they would be pissed off. And then I think they had like the animal trainer in the back of the car with like the I believe it was the alpha baboon or something, so that they would lose their minds. And a lot of that comes off, you know. They would just
essentially what they did with Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they put the female spider on the back in order to get the other spiders move around.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, it holds up. I think this is a movie that still to this day works. If there's anybody that watches this that hasn't seen it before, I think it's paced very well, and it's something that you know, we'll get to it, but it wasn't really one of those movies that ever needed a remake. It's just, you know, it's kind of timeless in its own way, even though maybe it's not the titan of its genre.
That's well said.
I did want to point out one other thing, and that is, so growing up, I have an uncle who was a minister, and he was a minister for many decades. And so when it came to movies, he was actually very open about watching movies like these. So he would watch The Exorcist. I can actually remember the same uncle and a couple of my aunts went to see The Exorcist in theaters, and my aunt was pregnant, and it actually scared her enough that it sent her into labor.
Oh,
so
damn.
Yeah. But anytime the subject of movies came up, he would talk about The Omen or The Exorcist. I didn't hear him talk so much about Rosemary's Baby, but he would talk a lot about those. And he actually he either has a copy or has heard a copy of an actual exorcism. I would love to get that from him.
Oh yeah, that'd be very cool. Shit, make a video just of that. Yeah, I think it holds up. Richard Donner did a great job, and it's a classic for a reason. What a weird franchise. So I'm eager to talk about the sequels, but yeah, I wonder how it would have worked though if they kind of made it a little more ambiguous and didn't directly answer whether he was in fact the son of Satan.
Oh, you do that, you lose that cemetery scene in there. So
That's true.
And I've got a weird thing. I love like those types of cemetery scenes where you can tell where at least it looks like it was a set built for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that looked really cool. So
yeah,
There's something about it. Yeah, I like to. The cemetery sets.
Sometimes you have to run and gun with a cemetery shoot, but it is worth it if you can, especially if you have an old cemetery. I've done that before. I was like a homeless guy in a scene, and yeah, but it does add a lot of production value.
Yeah, definitely. That's just all around. I'd just probably keep repeating myself. There are so many great scenes in this. The decapitation, the hanging.
Yeah, it's all for you, Damien.
It's all for It's
something else about like those death scenes are great in the first one, but as you're watching the entire franchise, it's kind of like listening to an Iron Maiden song because they repeat the chorus like 50 times. You get the same death scenes throughout these movies, so you might get one with a little bit of a twist here or there, but it's essentially the same thing.
No, I get what you're saying. They definitely echo, or is that the right word? Just each other as it goes along.
It's actually funny you mention Iron Maiden because they're kind of back in the. I mean, not that they ever, went out of the public conscious, but Bone Temple has a Iron Maiden themed scene that was pretty awesome.
I have not seen that.
You should watch it.
Boner Temple.
Is
that like a sequel to Boner Lake? Bone Lake?
It is not a sequel to Bone Lake. It's a sequel to 28 Years Later.
Ugh.
Didn't like that one?
I'm not a fan of the 28 days, 28 weeks.
That was a fast sequel.
They shot them back to back.
I was like, 28 years. Was that barely even a year?
It was a little less than a year. I think it's like 6 months or something. They shot them back to back, though. So,
Bone Lake, Bone Temple.
28 days later, my wife bought that for me. Actually, before we got married, and I think it took me 28 days to watch the whole thing. So,
okay, not a fan. These are a little bit different. They're their own trilogy, but yeah, but it all comes back around.
I can take or leave them. I haven't seen years yet. I've seen days and weeks.
Not everything can be shitty Children of the Corn movie. Jess.
Don't even get me started. That ticked me off. Put that in F list and have good Lord.
I gotta go back and watch that. I am sorry I missed that. For those who don't know,
I left. I about didn't want to come on the next night on the show. I wasn't on that show, but I saw I was in the chat, and oh boy.
S'mores Endures for all the rage.
Yes, S'mores Endures. Check them out. Good friends for now. If they make any more choices like that, though, I don't know. But you were supporting that, Dan, so I have mixed feelings about all this.
Sorry. F tier. 1,000 sequels and one good movie. That's, Sorry. I put you at an F.
No. That should have at least been in the C column. You fucking had Resident Evil in C.
Oh, yeah, that's 50-50.
You had
half are good, half suck. Yeah. That's how it works, Jess. It's math. You get one question right on the test, you're getting a fucking F. What can I say?
There was more than one right, and there were several fun ones.
Children of the Corn 2 is awesome just for the main female character.
Sorry.
Let me rephrase that. The female teenage character. Carrie Brady, damn it.
Where you can get out of it by just lighting corn on fire. I'm sorry. Yeah, especially in that last one. Just burn the field. Throw a cigarette in the field.
You cannot compare. You cannot blame these for a couple of shitty remakes. The whole franchise.
This test says something when we're talking Children of the Corn with the Omen.
Well, I mean, the Omens. I just felt like we were maybe jerking it off too much because we all enjoy it, right? It's like nobody here hates it.
I don't hate it. But like I said, I don't agree with the theology behind it.
Well,
so
you got to get over the
it makes
theology
it
part.
a little more difficult, especially if it's something that, so like in my case, in my spare time, I like to listen to documentaries and different things on eschatology. So I hear about the different theories and stuff around the end times, and it's just this theology does not match up with what the Bible says.
Well, as I said at the very beginning of the movie,
and I agree with you, and I'm trying not to be too preachy about it. I'm sorry if I'm coming off that
this
way.
is for entertainment purposes. It's it's not a documentary. It's The Omen. It's like The Exorcist was not a documentary. It's
I just imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger's got to stop whoever the Antichrist is. I go by end of days rules. So,
well,
insert him in each one.
That he's losing his power though.
He's losing it a little bit, but he's got his kid. His kid's coming up. End of days 2. I'm still banking on it. I think the legitimate one that he didn't. Patrick. There you go. Yeah. The other one I'm sure will be in movies soon enough.
But the other one looks like Mexican Arnold.
Yeah, we could use a Mexican Arnold right now. I don't know. He's got to just do the accent though, or do a hybrid accent. I want to see what that sounds like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what a Austrian Mexican accent kind of comes off as, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. Yeah. So, The Omen.
We'll rank them. We'll rank these, I assume, at the end. But
it's classic horror. Classic horror film.
Oh, very, very. If you haven't, go see it. Go rent it. Go find it. Stream. It's the 1970s, but it's
the best decade for film. Yeah. No.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
If anything, for me, that's a big notch in the.
Oh, now you sound
negative column.
Like Jake.
If you're talking all genres, 70s is the best decade for film.
It is neither the best and by far not the worst, but it's got some great.
What would you consider the best?
80s.
No. It's not. I mean, there's a lot of great films in the 80s, but it's not. What would you, Jess?
I was probably my go-to is the 80s.
Okay, well,
I am such a lover of film, though. I don't know if I could pick a best decade, though, because just when you say that, then there's even shit in the 90s that might rival in the 80s. I feel like there was more in the 80s. 70s has plenty of great films come out of it, but if
lots of good porn too.
You can go back to, there's some great films out of the 60s.
Yeah, it's just not the decade.
The 80s was the pinnacle. That you had the best movies, you had the best music. The 90s, you had really great movies, really shitty music.
Hot babes in the 90s, I'll give you that.
There's been some hot babes every decade, Daniel Schein.
Yeah, well, the 90s was peak poontang, Jess. That's all I'm just saying. It's peak.
Just we were teenagers in the 90s. We really couldn't argue with that.
It was peak.
All right. Okay.
So The Omen 2.
I'm working on it. I got
I'm stalling for you.
Keep clicking it out.
I'm stalling. There we go.
Damien-Omen 2.
Yeah.
Now, because of this, for the longest time when I was younger, I thought his name was Damien-Omen.
No,
it's Damien Thorn, but
yeah, Damien, same old Damien.
No, yes. By the time I was an adult, I knew that. But
yeah,
this to me, I don't know if it's now going back. I have a clear, which one's better, the first one or the second one. But there was moments in my life that this rivaled the first one in a lot of ways. I mean, there's some great scenes in this too. especially like the dramatic stuff. My sister, I told you earlier, was a big influence on this. She loved this in the first movie, but I clearly remember this one, watching it with her probably around the turn of the century, and it got us. She was, quoting the whole Mark,
Mhm.
I love you, Mark. You're like my brother. you know. And so yeah, that's a memorable moment having in this, and yeah, I think the kids are great. They cast in this, Mark and Damien. They're now like early teens or whatever.
Yep.
And it's that wood scene. It's just, yeah, I do enjoy this movie a lot as well. As far as when we're talking Omen.
I'm curious, does anybody know why they switched? So like in the first one, they have a dog, and the second one, it's these birds. And then after this, it goes back to the dog.
Well, this movie, like, initially Richard Donner was supposed to return to the director's chair, but he was busy at this point developing Superman, so that didn't happen. It did have some issues. There's two directors credited, Don Taylor and Mike Hodges, and Mike Hodges actually gets replaced with Don Taylor by the producer. And there was a lot that kind of changed a little bit along the way. I know Lance Henriksen, who's talked about it before, was supposed to have a much bigger role in helping Damien discover his destiny, and a lot of that just kind of got thrown out the window. It's
Doesn't
still
he just tell him, look up this Bible verse, and that you?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, his stuff was kind of cut down because Lance Henriksen's never, I wouldn't say he shit talks the movie or anything, but he doesn't really consider it like a career maker, because initially it was going to be a much bigger role. And it just didn't happen. I know a lot changed along the way. Like, there was a love interest at one point for Damien in the movie, and it's kind of funny. It all circles back because William Holden was ready to say yes at this point when it became a hit. And yeah, if I recall with this, and my memory is a little fuzzy, but I know there were a lot of clashes with Harvey Bernard, and kind of budget complaints with the director, and that led to the switch. And Don Taylor always had that reputation for being able to get troubled films back on track and really kind of finish it on budget, and apparently he did. It was, I think, the first or the only Omen film that was filmed mostly in the US. Most of the others were all elsewhere. And it's a solid film. Another good performance this time by Jonathan Scott Taylor as Damien, in an era where, quite frankly, you didn't always get good child performances. In fact, there's quite a few movies that are ruined by bad child actors around this time, and that is something we kind of do better nowadays. But it's a solid sequel. I think it's one that, it's not like something I rank super high or anything, but I think it has a good twist at the end. It's I don't know that the kills are quite as iconic, but there is one that felt like, holy shit, that elevator scene where the wire cuts the guy in half. That's straight out of a modern day Final Destination film. And they bring it all together at the end. It's a really solid sequel. Not as good as the first, but very rare that happens at all, even to this day. So, yeah, good film.
Agreed. You have to excuse me, folks in the chat. My my side scroll was not moving, so I didn't realize that we had people pop up. We had Jamie. Hello, if you're still out there.
Shout out, Jamie.
Hey, what's up, Jamie?
And then, of course, our good buddy Kory over at S'mores and Doors. Shout out.
Oh, shit.
I wonder if that was during when we were talking about you. So
it might have been. Yeah, I really like the scene in particular where he's learning who he is, because I think that's something I almost thought was the most interesting thing about it. Like, what would you do if you found out you were the Antichrist? You could have lingered maybe on that a little bit more. The human side of you, sort of, struggling with that. Yeah.
I'd like to think I'd deny it.
Yeah, that'd be a funny prank if you could find some way to, like, I don't know, put it on somebody's head when they're drunk or something. I don't know. Yeah, you got to check. You got to shave it, Jess. That's the only way you can be sure.
I can't. It looks like paint by numbers then.
Gotta shave. You never know. Maybe you got to shave your balls. Maybe they're devils more tricky these days. Yeah.
Let's
get them. Go check. But
Cole.
What up, Cole? How are you doing?
Goodness sakes.
The Antichrist.
Hope you're doing well, man. Good to
probably
see you here.
Buried in an insane amount of snow right now. I would imagine. I assume Canada's getting hit now too.
So just something a little
and him as well
that I personally find funny is that William Holden's in this. He plays Gregory Peck's brother.
Yeah.
In this one, but he also plays Humphrey Bogart's brother in Sabrina. So. He always seems to end up playing a bigger star's brother. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's always funny with a lot of these franchises. Like, I don't want to do a movie about the devil. And then, like, you're in the sequel. It's the Mickey Rooney thing. It's like, you're awful for making Santa Claus a murderer. And then it's like, oh, Silent Night, Deadly Night sequel. I need the money. So what are you gonna do? But yeah, no, I mean, I had fun revisiting this one. It's probably been well over a decade since I watched this. I think we did an Omen show back in the Creep Show radio days. It might be closer to 15 years, to be honest.
Whoa.
And yeah, the Raven switch was kind of interesting. I don't know if it was just a case of I like the birds. Let's just do a bird.
Dogs and birds, aren't they both kind of close to the top of animals that are considered omens or can bring omens?
I just always assumed the dog was actually like a hellhound of some sort. So
yeah, like, there's how many hellhounds or the dog up in the mountain you see 3 times you die. First time brings you luck. First time brings you good luck, then bad luck, and then you die.
It's actually kind of ironic because the movie increased the popularity of Rottweilers at the time. They kind of moved up the most popular dogs list, which under the circumstances, I'm kind of surprised. But yeah.
Just for a historical note, they were freezing all around the country, actually all around the world if we're up in Canada.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys are used to it. It's not too bad. I can't even complain. It's like no snow to speak of. It's just driving conditions are a little wonky right now.
Yeah, it's kind of been like that. We had a dusting of snow, but it's really been like just freezing, like below for negative temperatures.
Yeah, for Atlanta, I'd say it's been a very cold winter in general.
It's cold enough. Anytime I have to go smoke a cigarette, I put on 2 sweatshirts and a coat.
That's rough.
Yes.
I'm still kind of a weirdo though. Like it can be frigid outside, and like at least a few times a day, I'll feel like I just gotta open the window to get some fresh air. So even if it's cold, I'm that guy. I'm wearing sandals and shorts as I always do. It doesn't matter.
Now, I don't know about opening a window in -5 degrees, but definitely stepping out,
Yeah.
even if it's for less than a minute, just have the fresh air hit you.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I guess open a door or a window for a few seconds in the sense. Yeah, you're not going to open it like you do in the spring or the fall, even, and let it be open all day.
Do you ever hear this crazy story? It sounds fake. And maybe somebody in the comments can let me know, but I was told a crazy story that if you're around, I want to say it's moose. If you have moose in your area,
You know,
like there's a point where if it gets like really cold and you take a piss outside, they'll try and like suck your dick. That sounds like a made up story, doesn't it? But somebody told me that as though it was fact.
that sounds pretty made up, dude.
I
I
don't
thought you
know.
were. I thought you were going somewhere completely different with that story.
No, like
when you started it.
I was in line at the post
Interesting.
office, and some dude just started talking to me and telling me that, like, that's true. Like, moose will try and suck your dick if you're pissing.
I don't. Good Lord, Daniel.
I'm not. I don't know. It just came into my mind right now. That was like I was blowing. My mind was blown.
Well, something was blown, but
No, I'd be pretty fucking scared if a moose tried to suck my dick while I was taking a piss. But that's a thing. To me, that's a thing. Yeah, I would think they just kill you. I would think they just kill you, but maybe they kill you after they do it. I don't know.
Wow.
I'd be scared. I'm just saying. Be careful if you take a piss outside, Jess. I care about you. I don't want to see something happen.
I don't. We don't have moose.
You don't have moose in Iowa? Doesn't Iowa have like all the?
Well, I got a couple of cans upstairs, but
yeah,
that's about the extent of it.
Not the.
I just assumed you had them like
north
running outside or something.
I mean, deer, but what state doesn't have deer?
Deer don't try and suck your dick though; they'll just run.
Or they'll charge you if it's maybe a buck.
I don't know. Would a buck try and suck you off? I don't know. It's probably a warmth thing.
Only if it's cold outside.
Yeah. No, they're not gonna like blow you in the summer. They're not.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's a true story. Like the dude just started talking. He's like telling me the story. I'm like, oh well, I won't be pissing outside, I guess. No more long hikes.
Goodness sakes.
Oh. Anyways, Omen 2.
I think I said it. And moose.
Yeah. Winter State people, let us know. Is that true or is that bullshit? Because that was like a year or two ago. Somebody like told me that.
Oh, I don't
I'm
even know.
broken.
Where am I?
So okay. So here's something that's more in line with what we're actually talking about. I actually had a conversation with somebody the other day who honestly believes that the devil is supposed to have a son named Damien. That's a true story.
Well, that's interesting. It's funny. The screenwriter, I believe, it wasn't initially Damien. He wanted the Antichrist to be called Domlin, I believe was the name, and it was like an annoying shit kid that like son of a friend or something, and he was talked out of it by his wife. So Domlin at one point was what it was going to be, and I also neglected to talk about the Jerry Goldsmith score for the movies, which super iconic as well.
Do you find yourself walking around like thinking in Gregorian chants now?
Yeah, probably for a week or so. Yeah. when I'm not worried about the moose sucking my dick. Humming a tune now. So, final conflict? Or do we have any closing thoughts on Omen 2?
The Omen 2 is okay. I'm dealing with my own stuff with trying to watch these movies. It's like
what's the most for you, since you've really done some deep study, the most like accurate religious horror movie, or maybe religious is too broad, but apocalypse, Antichrist movie?
Good question.
probably the most biblically accurate is probably The Left Behind, but they've fallen the same trap that The Omen does. They push the revived Roman Empire theory. So
okay. Interesting.
Actually, I was actually thinking about this while I was watching these. The Omen obviously had a much bigger budget than the Left Behind movies. But what if they did the Left Behind movies with the same budget that they had with The Omen?
Didn't they try that with Nick Cage?
I don't think they had the same budget, though.
Budgets for those movies, I mean, know have gone up.
By comparison, like,
yeah,
you include inflation and all that other crap,
yeah,
something equivalent to what they would have had when they first filmed The Omen, if they had that same type of budget for the Left Behind movies. Because I think that's probably that might be what part of what my drawback is on these movies is it's so, like, the focus is so small. But when I think of the Antichrist and Armageddon and the end times and all that stuff, it's a much larger scale. Because it's supposed to encompass the entire world, not just a couple of things here and there.
Okay. Yeah, I think I might have saw the first one. I never saw the Nick Cage one, but I was kind of curious because you never know what Nick Cage you're gonna get, and he just did Carpenter's Son, so that was pretty wild.
So Cole, if you were listening to what I said, they had asked what was the most biblically accurate, and to my knowledge, this is. I'm not saying it is biblically accurate, but it is the most biblically accurate that I've seen. So.
Nice. I haven't watched it in 20 some years.
What, the Left Behind movies?
Yeah.
I've got the Kirk Cameron ones. I've seen the Kevin Sorbo one and the Nicolas Cage ones.
I feel like if they're going, like, it's Dean Cain is going to be the next guy in line. If they've done Sorbo, they've done Kirk Cameron, like, Dean Cain is definitely going to be in the next one. All right, I have to double check his IMDb. There's no way Dean Cain's not been in one of the Left Behind movies. I'd be shocked.
I don't think he has.
Okay, I'm going to call that right now. If there is still another one, that's going to happen.
I like Dean Cain, all right.
Yeah, Dean Cain's, yeah. He makes
on Superman.
Yeah, I actually met him, and I didn't talk about Superman much at all. Just all these obscure little movies that he, that he did. He's like, I remember he was like shocked. He's like, I haven't done a signing in a while where somebody asked me about Dead and Deader.
Kory Left Behind, the Left Behind series.
Yeah. There's some wild stuff on the horizon. I read an article that the Mel Gibson's doing 2 Passion of the Christ sequels right now, and one of them supposedly takes place in hell. So I think even like a non-religious person has to be curious what that looks like, because that just sounds like it's going to be,
as long as it's in English. I know that may sound bad to some people, but I don't want to read subtitles. That's just not the way I'm wired.
You didn't like Apocalypto?
I'd never watched Apocalypto. I've
Oh,
never actually. I
watch
tried to sit down and watch Passion of the Christ, and I couldn't do it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think it's going to be in English, so I don't think he'd start now.
How about Pig Latin? At least then I can figure it out.
I don't know. I don't mind reading. I never have. I'd rather kind of hear, you lose a little something in a performance. Not that I didn't grow up with Godzilla movies and stuff where, it's ridiculously dubbed, but I like to, I don't know. You do lose something in a performance when you dub it.
Cole's not a fan of Passion of the Christ, and it's not because of subtitles.
Okay.
I watched it once when it first came out, I think, out in California. Not in theaters, but when it was first out on like DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Me and a couple of the buddies watched it. They surprisingly wanted to watch it.
I just watch everything. I'm a dork, so I have an opinion on it all, probably.
Well, I was probably the most, let's say, religious guy of the group, and I had the least interest in the film, even going to watch it. But yeah,
they were bussing people into that movie back in the day. I mean, I think it's
Catholic churches were
again, they're movies, So even if, no matter what you're trying to base off of, even of fact or history, or there's plenty of liberties that are always taken. No matter, even if you got all this information, somehow it becomes, it's cinematic. It's a movie. It's for entertainment. And even like Spielberg doing a movie on his life, there's so much truth, but there's so much cinema too.
Of course. Yeah. I didn't mind The Fabelmans.
I actually, just watched it for the first time. It took me a couple years, and it was not the movie I was expecting. I didn't hate it, but it definitely.
I like movies about movies and the love of making movies, so I'm kind of an easy mark. Empire of Light's another one I liked a lot, and nobody talks about that with Olivia Colman. So yeah, I'm an easy mark. All I know is we better get Dean Cain and Kevin Sorbo in the Passion sequels somewhere. They got to play,
or possibly in a new Omen movie. Who knows?
There you go. The final conflict.
The final conflict, and yeah, they had to put that little byline or whatever, the last chapter in the Omen trilogy, and I think later on video they put Omen 3, the final conflict.
Yeah, they kind of, for home video purposes, that was kind of put in there later. I don't know about you guys, but this is probably my least favorite. It's not great. I know it's like Sam Neill's first like big starring international movie. Not his first movie, he'd been around, but and I really like him, but it just, I don't know, this just felt like in fact, I think there's a famous review of it, and I can't remember who just said it's a bunch of old Italian guys that just try and stab the Antichrist in the back for 90 minutes. That's pretty close.
That's my biggest note. I mean, you got Sam Neill. He's great in a lot of things, but it's not really his fault. But the movie is boring for the most part.
He's not bad. It's just like I feel like he doesn't have a whole lot to do. It's another one where I know he's very hard on his performance in this one, and I don't know. I think he's suitably evil. He just doesn't have like a strong.
There's not a strong story pushing it. I mean, well, the story there, but there's not just a strong script or movie. I mean, they could have done so much more with this idea.
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely feel like this is the weakest of the bunch. It was interesting. Sam Neill was actually Sam Neill and Lisa Harrow who plays Kate Reynolds in this, were actually married at the time, and
Sorry.
not quite as ambitious as Children of the Corn Jew.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you still reading that?
Those
no.
are good.
You're good. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple, I guess, okay gore moments for the gore hounds, but this is just kind of a mess of a movie. Yeah, you get to see Dr. Grant like violently sodomize somebody, but that's about it. Like, that's like the one thing I remember about it more than anything else, and that probably isn't saying much.
And is that something you really want to see?
Yeah, no, I used to say for years until I discovered this, like, we need to see Dr. Grant do some butt fucking, and we got there.
The best part of this movie is the last 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's cool that they don't show Jesus, but they have his image appear somewhat. And once again, you run into the problem of after Jesus shows up and the Antichrist dies, that's it. That's the end. There's no more room for sequels. Like that, they even post the passage from the Bible that says that he'll dry every eye and everything else, and it's supposed to be the start of the millennial reign. So how the hell do you come up with an Omen 4?
Well, that's what we'll get to, and that's why you got the Omen.
I know. I'm sorry, but it's
yeah.
No, you're right. It's just it's boring till about the end, and you're kind of tired of it before you can even get there. Go on. Sorry, Dan.
Yeah, no, because it had been a very long time with this one, and I wondered if I'd feel any different. And no, this is just a very kind of mediocre movie. It's not like Exorcist 2 bad or anything like that. It's just, yeah, I love Sam Neill as much as the next guy, but he wasn't enough to save this one. Yeah, I kind of felt like he should have been a little more important at this point too. Like, we should have just picked up where he is the actual president. Like, that's probably what I would have done. Like, actually give us, the Omen in the White House, which was teased. That's probably the direction I would have gone. And I think, Omen, there's a little bit more room, I think, to have a little fun with it, because there's always been like some of those slasher elements with some of the the accidents and everything. I'm not necessarily saying we need Damien axing people or anything like that, but actually having it in the White House, and I think that would have been a neat little probably B movie, but still a fun concept to kind of end things. Here he's just kind of like, oh, okay, he's a shitty businessman. I don't know. I would have gone a little bit bigger with it personally.
And that's what I was saying on the last one, was that the scope is too small for the concept that they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And it needs to be much bigger.
Yeah, I agree.
The end seemed pretty accurate. I do enjoy that movie quite a bit.
Jess just gonna walk around with Channing Tatum on a chain in the apocalypse. I think it was Channing Tatum, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I think was that
with Danny McBride. I remember watching that and thinking, like, Channing Tatum's got a good sense of humor to do that little cameo.
Sorry, if Jess were doing that, he would not have Channing Tatum. He'd call in a friend, Andy Dick.
Andy Dick would do that for free.
He would probably pay me.
You could have Andy Dick here by the end of this stream, probably, for you.
He doesn't have a phone right now, Dan.
Yeah, send up a smoke signal.
Yeah.
Crack smoke signal.
That's what he follows.
Oh, God.
He just goes on a pilgrimage to Iowa because he can Yeah.
So we're not really rumbling over these. We're all
Yeah, it's funny because like of course we just did like the franchise war show on S'mores. I don't feel like anybody is like super passionate about the Omen movies, but my God, there's a lot of franchises that fall a lot further than the Omen movies. There's not one that's just like wretchedly bad. The third one, like I said, it's not very good, but the biggest issue, I think, as you said, Kory, is it just feels a little small
Yeah.
in scale. Like, I don't know. We should have Damien at the point where maybe he's starting, World War III or something, like big in scale. And it
Yeah,
just
he's supposed. Well,
yeah.
technically, by the point that we're at in the series, is that the Antichrist should be at least having reach throughout the entire world,
Mhm.
and being able to draw from that. And it's just it's too small. I don't
Mhm.
know any other way to put it. It's just too small. It should be much bigger, much grander.
Yeah.
Like
because
Cecil B.
because
DeMille
it's not,
grand.
it feels like nothing's really happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's not what you want out of a movie. There's nothing happening.
Well, especially if it's supposed to be the climax, the final battle or the final conflict or whatever it's called. I mean, it's
Mhm.
it's more like Pip farting on a snare drum.
Yeah. It's just kind of small. Too small in scale. I agree.
Well,
Jess disagree with us, so we have something to argue about.
I can't though. This might stir it up a little bit. This is debatable at the bottom. Dan said 3 was probably at his least favorite. State clearly put like 3 way down the line.
Steak had this as number 2.
No, I can't, and I'm not sure if I can put it above 3 or not. I have it with
To clarify, he had this one for The Awakening as his number 2.
Omen 4, yes,
Yeah.
The Awakening. And it's a television movie, but it is official part of the franchise. It is Omen 4.
Who is the chick who plays the mom in this?
Faye Grant.
God, she's gorgeous. Anyway.
She's a very pretty lady, and she actually ended up in the news a while ago. Actually, I think it predated Me Too by a little bit, but it was right before. But she was the wife of Stephen Collins, and famously, he was the Seventh Heaven star, the dad in that. And she famously exposed his therapy session tapes with some of the, stuff you probably don't want to talk about on YouTube. And yeah, that's what I remember. That was like the precursor to Me. It was maybe a year or two before. I could be wrong. But that was a really wild case. There's a documentary that came out last year called Hollywood Demons that talks about that case. It's pretty interesting if you're into true crime. But yeah, that's other people know her, of course, from V.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. Did you say from V?
V. Yeah, the series, the miniseries and TV series, movies.
I'll have to rewatch that because she was the only reason why I kept watching this one.
Yeah, she's a pretty lady.
Outside of the concept of there being many antichrists, and once again, like I said earlier, Jesus already came. They already killed Damien. It's over. It's done. They're supposed to be in the millennial reign. There is nothing left. There should be no part 4.
Well, yeah, I mean, like the New Girl, that alone, even if it's almost a slightly more entertaining movie, it's definitely still forgettable. Omen 4 compared to 3, it's like I can't get past the fact what basically Kory just said. The story kind of ended.
I mean, this is definitely a cash grab. If you take it as a B movie, though, it is fun. Like, I don't have like a strong argument really for somebody that put. I mean, if you say you like it better than the original, that's a little wild to me. But if you rank it up there, maybe a little bit higher, I can understand. It does have that kind of
I mean, I
B
can.
movie charm.
Yeah, he's got 4 at number 2. I don't know. Okay, now this we would definitely disagree there.
I'll hold off on my full ranking.
Yeah, I'm just saying that 4 at number 2, I wouldn't be that crazy, and 2 at number the second to last. I don't know. Steak sauce. I love you. But you are an insane man.
Gotta lay off the cracked steak.
Again, this is. I do remember not hating it, and I think it kept you entertained. I didn't feel like, from what I remember, I've only probably watched this once, that it was one that I couldn't wait for it to get over. I didn't feel like that, but it definitely doesn't give me the vibes of an Omen movie. Really,
it's a fun performance by Asia Vieira, who plays the Delia, the new Antichrist. Like, she was pretty good in this. They kind of stack this with great character actors. You got Michael Lerner, Jim Burns from Highlander, and Don S. Davis from X-Files and Stargate SG-1. It's fun. I mean, it's kind of just one of those fairly average movies, but it goes by with the breeze. It's not boring like the third one.
Did anybody else think that there was something going on between the mom and the doctor?
Oh, yeah. There was some sexual tension there for sure. But
Wayne Knight.
Right up until she stabs him in the hand with a scalpel.
There's some callbacks to the decapitation scene from the first one. And
are you talking like with the wrecking ball?
Well, there's the wrecking ball scene, and then there's when the dad of the bully, the car scene.
The car scene, right? The head?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they tried to do the head thing again.
Yeah, but they don't show it. They show the tailgate going through the windshield, and then...
Yeah, that's the scene I remember the most. And then a little bit of the wrecking ball, like the wrecking ball was disappointing.
It feels like just a random direct-to-video sort of thing. I think at this point, though, like you said, the main story ended. I'd probably be thinking the same thing. Like, let's just have some fun with this at this point. And it's fine. Like, it's another one, like, I remembered it a little bit better than 3, but revisiting it again, it's fun. Oh, there you go. Kory's just listing them in order. Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't seen them all.
Well,
which ones do you remember seeing at all, or you only seen like the first one, Kory? I'm kind of curious.
This one has a sense of humor too. Like, it's the logical progression for a franchise that did just fucking end.
You really kind of are like pushing this one up. I don't think it's that enjoyable.
It's average. I mean, that's the thing. But
I thought I was hallucinating the car decapitation scene, because I was like, am I just misremembering and just thinking of the first movie? I'm like trying to debate this all day.
Mm-hmm.
But no, thank you. That is what I do remember.
You get real animals, like I always say with not going CG. The snake bites were the actual trainers getting bit by the snakes, so that was kind of fun. But it's just an average movie. Your life's not going to change if you don't see it. But okay, all right. So Cole, you need to see First Omen in this then.
Well, if you want, rank the ones that you have seen there.
Yeah.
That is kind of the.
Yeah, if you want to see the fourth one, it's included in the box set.
Yeah. Yep. It's one of the, along with Critters, that actually filtered into Walmart, the Omen collection.
I mean, are you saying you hated it then? Because if you didn't hate it, again, I really do say two goes along with one very nicely. I guess each of these kind of are almost a companion piece, and I could just stuff 3 or 4 in the trash.
I'll kind of sum up the whole franchise at the very end, and yeah.
But I don't know. Final thoughts on this Omen 4: The Awakening?
Forgettable, but goes by with a relative breeze. There's so many people now that like, love the 90s and have the 90s nostalgia. It feels like a 90s movie. Asia Vieira, if she also looks familiar, was in both Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes. So she looks familiar. And she was pretty good in this. She was evil, came off well.
The concept of them having to take an egg or whatever out of the daughter and put it into the mom, and that was a little too much for me, but because they had to have a male antichrist.
I get it.
Jess, you got any final thoughts on it?
No, I think I've said it over and over. It is. I can't argue with it. It probably flows better as far as watchability than
It's
Omen
definitely
3.
the shortest one.
Yeah, and it entertains you. But as far as being an Omen movie, I don't think I can say it's necessarily
It's more of an movie.
better than Omen 3, the final conflict, which isn't saying much either. It's a tough decision because that Omen 3 is rough. Yeah, I mean I can't push that too much with both of you. I wouldn't say it's a high priority. Definitely not to, if you've seen the ones you've seen, to go out and watch. 4 definitely not necessarily.
No, I get it. It's also Oscar season, and I will say the international features this year are very good. So see Sirat before you jump into the Omen 4.
All right.
Remake.
The
Also
remake.
opening on 666.
Yeah, that was interesting and how that worked. I was in Cali at this point.
I was working that night at a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember trying to be funny and telling people Happy Satan Day or something like that. And they're like,
Then you
"What
were
are you talking
fired."
about?" I got accused of a lot of things there, saying a lot of things. I never got fired. I quit a couple of times. They kept me on the payroll. It was weird.
You should have just had the Jerry Goldsmith score playing, but like really low, and just deny hearing it. It's like,
I
dude,
could have gotten away with that too. We used to play 80s metal all the
It
time.
wasn't for you meddling teenagers.
funniest pranks are when you get a lot of people in on it. So like everybody's like, dude, we don't hear any music. What's going on? What's your problem? Just like watch the slow freak out. Set up some random accidents and at the office, and yeah. But the remake. Not gonna derail with my bullshit. Let's talk the remake. So this one's interesting because I had only seen it once. I think probably in the theater, and I've owned the movie, but I've never sat down to watch it a second time. I don't believe. And so I will say this, we're getting remakes to just about everything at this point. Like the remake craze is probably stronger than it's ever been 20 years ago. And this is very like competently made. It's well made. I'd even go as far to say Liev Schreiber, always a great actor. Julia Stiles, who is like crazy younger than him, is the wife. She's good. The casting in this, I thought, bringing in Mia Farrow in the nanny role, I thought that was really cool. An actual like friend of my mom, Giovanni Lombardo Radice, even pops up here as a priest.
Oh, nice.
Wait, did you say that was a friend of your mom's?
Yeah, he was in Cannibal Ferox, House on the Edge of the Park, and we met him at a chiller convention. And my mom has no clue; she's not a horror person. Had no clue who he was, and yeah, was like his pen pal, like one of his pen pals until he passed away a little while ago. So, yeah, nice guy. A little bit on the crazy side, but nice guy. And yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. Yeah, he's got actually a book out about his life that came out a while ago, worth reading. So yes, I will say the problem with this, even though it's well made, is it's not shot for shot, but it's like close. It repeats all the iconic scenes here, and it just doesn't, like, what's the point? Like you got to do something a little bit different. Everything, even from the scene where he bumps into this time David Thewlis instead of David Warner and breaks the camera, like they repeat like all the beats, all the iconic scenes and kills and everything. And it's not that they do a bad job of it. It's just, you know, I don't know if I'd go as far as to say The Omen's a perfect film, but it's a very good horror film that, you know, you don't need to just do a shot for shot.
Well, then it's like you might as well have just watched The Omen, the original movie, and
Exactly.
you basically have a lot of my almost exact same notes, Dan.
I think that's why I think a lot of people are going to have the same take, particularly if you watch all these movies back to back. Again, it's not that it is bad. I mean, we got a great cast. Michael Gambon even pops up later on. You know, it's fun. It's not quite like shot for shot in the way that Psycho pretty much was, but it's just way too close. And I'm like, at least spin it. Maybe do something a little different. Maybe this guy bites it from this scene, and you know, or something, you know, you flip it a little bit. But as it is, it's just kind of the same movie. I mean,
Yeah, it's not bad. It's entertaining.
Yeah.
But again, you might as well, because they don't really bring anything new, like you said, to it. So you might as well go watch, because the original is like you said, holds up to this day. It's still just as good. But if you are a huge Omen fan, I don't know, or you might hate it because it's a remake, but you want more. It's not a bad movie to watch. It's not one I've seen it a couple times, but that's why it's just like I feel like I don't need to rewatch this movie, but it does have a good cast. It just kind of falls into, like you said, the remakes of this time, and it reminds me of the other kind of forgettable remake that wasn't bad, the Amityville Horror, but it's like just in that era of, okay, yeah, you just did the first movie again, and with a good cast, script was okay, but nothing new.
It wasn't the script for the remake also done by the guy who did the original?
Yes. Yeah, he actually retired, I believe, at this point, if I remember right. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough movie to really talk about, because if I'm being just perfectly honest, again, it's well made. It might be worth watching for Mia Farrow. Like that, again, there's some fun casting here, but you know, you have these great actors, you know, like I said, David Thewlis in place of David Warner, but like so much of the dialogue is also the same, so they can't like really just make it their own and do something different with it. Like
Liev Schreiber, who's great, but it makes him kind of stiff because, like you just said, he can't really do anything different with it. Is it Julia Stiles? Was she the?
Yeah,
mom?
she was the wife, and I mean, Liev Schreiber's got to be about at least 15 years older than her. Like, and it feels like it showed, because she wasn't too far removed from a lot of her teen movies at that point. So I don't know. Like, I mean, they're fine together. Don't get me wrong, but
No, but it was funny with him 10 years earlier when he tried to even play a college. Well, like had the sweatshirt on as Cotton Weary in Scream 2 going into college.
Yeah.
And it was already.
Liev Schreiber's an amazing actor.
You're kind of old to be here, buddy. That's university sweatshirt isn't fooling anyone.
One scene they do kind of drop the ball on is when Damien was at that zoo and he was like looking at the gorilla and the different monkeys, and like they start smashing at the glass. I was like, all right, if you're gonna tease that, they need to break out and some people need to die, because that would be an amazing scene. Granted, the CG is going to be a little more exposed at that point, but I thought like they kind of dropped the ball with that a little bit. At this stage, you got to know what franchise you're in, and you can get a little crazy. There's a certain point where Jason can go to space, because that's where you're at. You need to do something a little different.
Well, I don't know about the Omen, and maybe Omen in space.
Why not?
I will say that I enjoyed the fact that they seem to update it. Like there's a scene where instead of Damien just kind of running off from both his mom and dad, he's on the swing. She turns around to answer her cell phone, and when she turns back around, he's gone. I thought that was kind of cool. I think the choice of dog that they use in this one is much better than the other ones.
Mm.
Like it looks more demonic. So
yeah, a little gorier. I do remember this remake being gorier than I recalled. Like the decapitation with that, which was a little different in this, at least. That was like, oh, okay, good kill, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if it's reason enough that you need to see it.
Yeah, not enough to justify making it.
There's a scene in there where Julia Stiles is telling her husband, there's something wrong with Damien. If that's me, I'm looking at that face that she's giving at that moment, and I'm like, yes, there's something wrong with the kid. Let's send him away, do something. But yeah, I don't have a problem with the movie. If anything, I think a movie like that is going to get younger audiences to watch it more than the original, because the original is going to be too old for them. So
I don't know what they really. You got to ask yourself, is there something I could do better? There is, to this day, nothing you can do better about The Exorcist. That movie, there's nothing that you can do better with Jaws. There's nothing with technology now or anything. Those movies are just perfect.
It's the film stock at the time, though, and I get what Kory's kind of saying, and I totally agree with you too, Dan. And I think Kory really does as well. It's like they do have to get past this, though, kind of like some kids in our generation that were even black and white. No,
yeah.
No, there's fucking shit brilliant.
Yeah,
since almost the beginning of cinema.
That's where I just break their phones and make them watch Black Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I get you. There's definitely bad movies from every era, plenty of them.
Yeah,
but there are some gems that if you're gonna have sort of a bias, because
I forget which one it was. It had to have been either 4 or the prequel. But I was watching it today, and somebody's like, "Where do I get this information?" I'm like, "Google it, bitch." Oh wait, you can't. So even I fall victim to the times that we live in now, and being so used to technology being at our fingertips that
there is a moment, I don't remember at what point, but where we do see the 2006 phone in here. Kind of dates it a little bit.
Well, yeah.
I mean, as it is, if you're a huge Omen mark, check it out. It's
honestly in the middle to me as far as this whole franchise. It definitely beats out a couple of them at least.
Mhm.
And potentially more. Again, we'll get to our ranking.
Yeah. We got one more to go.
And this is coming from a guy who normally dislikes remakes, but this is one of those that's kind of like, yeah, it wasn't bad, but
I mean, when you look at that
kind of
time,
necessary. But it was, yeah, the time.
it's definitely in the top half for sure.
It's almost like a point that it is, even though you hate it, it's like if you didn't get your remake, and you consider the top if they want to remake your movie because it's so fucking awesome.
So, Jess, go ahead and pull up the poster for the next movie. So, this is something that has drove me nuts. Since when did an upside down cross mean anything to do with Satan?
It's not Satan, really. It's just sacrilegious, right?
No. When Peter was martyred, he was crucified upside down. It's if anything, it shouldn't be considered a bad thing.
I don't.
Hollywood.
Sorry. Once again, try not to be too preachy. I'm just
movies, entertainment. There's plenty in this that is clearly not biblical or historical, or
I get wanting to get it right, though. I get that.
It's I thought it was kind of a cool poster, and
I'm not saying it's
the first one
cool that the imagery doesn't
the real first Omen
work, but at the same time, it really shouldn't be a satanic symbol. I mean, but anyway, as far as the movie goes, was anybody else surprised to see a fucking vagina in this movie?
Yeah,
like I'm watching this with my wife, and we're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it before. That like on our show, you get to a point where it's just like you're just done with the franchise. Like I am. Not to say that we don't still review them, but like Predator after the last one, I'm just done.
Yeah.
Scream, even though the recent movies have just they haven't been offensively bad or anything. I'm just done. I just don't fucking care. Exorcist, I'm done.
You sound like my wife, Dan, going on Scream. We walked at her. We came out of 6, which I don't think it's the worst movie. And she was just like,
for Scream?
Scream 6. Yeah, that was the last one in theaters.
I'm just done. I've had enough.
That's basically what she said. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you're just at a point, like if I wasn't reviewing all these, there's just some like I don't care who's directing the new Exorcist movie. I'm done. The last one was
that. I was just gonna say the Exorcist movies. I don't. Has there been a good one since 3 or one even watchable?
There has not. The TV show had moments, but yeah, you just get to that point where you're just done with something.
Well, the 2 fourth ones really like killed it for me. I don't even know if I made it through both of them.
Yeah, and see, that's kind of how I felt, even though I don't think they ever like shit the bed in an epic way. I was like, I just don't need another Omen. But I'll be damned. I went to see First Omen and it was really fucking good. I was surprised with this one. This movie actually ended up doing something very unique and, minor spoiler alert, but kind of tying into the first one and fitting very nicely. If you want to do a choose your own adventure, you could just watch the original Omen and this and be fine. Continues the tradition. Great cast: Bill Nighy, Ralph Ineson, Charles Dance. I mean, the Nell Tiger Free is amazing in the lead role. Sonia Braga's in this. I mean, she's always fantastic. This ended up being a damn fine horror movie. Very odd that it came out right at around the same time as Immaculate. Very similar films, but this is genuinely scary. It ties into this, this classic horror film from the 70s. It doesn't feel like a modern film. It really doesn't. It feels like something that still kind of has an old soul about it, and that's kind of hard to pull off nowadays, especially. And this is from the director, I believe, right before this, that did Brand New Cherry Flavor, which is fun on Netflix. You can check that out. But I would not have expected this to be the movie that Arkasha Stevenson made after that. Yeah, I'll be damned. This one is worth your time. Do I want to see more? I don't know about that. I kind of feel like you might be tempting fate the way this ended to try and squeeze out another one. It definitely
I don't want another one in this time period.
Mm-hmm. You'd probably have to ignore, I feel like, the other sequels. I don't know. I feel like they would probably retcon that, like no Sam Neill, and they'd have to go a slightly different route, possibly. But yeah, I don't know. What about you guys? Where were you at on the first Omen? Because I was not expecting this to be as good as it is.
I wasn't a fan.
Oh, okay, shit. All right. Why didn't you like it?
I didn't like it because they changed the, like, in every other Omen movie, it's the devil and God, and that's like that's the main focus of your good guy and your bad guy.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to make it the church. The church is doing all this, and it's the church's fault. Fuck that. Quit trying to change it to rectify your fucking, what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Shit, they even say it in the movie.
My devil cat is making me forget your point.
Damn you.
She is evil looking, kind of.
Stealerism. That's the word I was looking for. These movies have, and this was something I had said earlier, was that I'll give them credit, is that they stick with a certain theme. And in this one, they said, fuck that, we're doing this over here, which has nothing to do with the rest of them. And
I
and
disagree.
they even changed the fucking, in the original, it's Damien's mother is a jackal.
Is born of
well,
a
now
jackal.
They got to make it his father.
That is the thing that I didn't like, but at least they kept the jackal element in some form. They could have been mistaken if you want to shake up the story in the original one.
Yeah.
And the bones of the father. I don't know. I wish they wouldn't have changed that, but I get it. I mean, that's a big plot point of the movie, that he's born the... But I thought it was not bad either, Dan. and I thought it did kind of bring back the feel of the original first two.
I think by far the scariest of the sequels, prequels, whatever. Definitely since the original. I don't know if any of the other ones really, got under my skin, or, I felt like a high degree of suspense. I just, I mean, some of this, I mean, religious horror is tough. I mean, particularly if you're talking exorcism stuff, like it's like we've seen it before. We've seen it a million times. And for this to find a way to actually be somewhat fresh while still, obviously exploring similar territory with the Antichrist, I was pleasantly surprised. I might favor Immaculate just a little bit, because I mean, holy shit, that ending. But this is on par. We got two amazing nun-themed horror movies at the same time, and they were both good. Who would have thought?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, that's, religious horror isn't always up my alley, but these are appealing, and this was an entertaining one. It's definitely more entertaining than a lot that came before it, and you said the opposite, Kory, that this doesn't have like the Omen feel. I think it has more the Omen feel than.
I didn't say it didn't have the Omen feel. What I said was that they turn what
3
it
and
is
4.
like the good guy and the bad guy in all these movies is the devil and God, and it's all about the devil's son, and
Well, it
now
still
they're trying to
is.
say
It's
they're
just
trying to say, well, the church is the one that's at fault
not
because they're
necessarily
trying to make this happen so
that the
people come back
devil's
to God.
infiltrated the church. And
Blow me.
Yeah. Well, you're wrong.
Not you, this movie.
No, I know. You're wrong, though.
There's no moose around.
I mean, that... I got...
you wanted some rumbling.
Seeing my
Here
note
we
on
go,
the
bud.
birth scene with the vagina you were already talking about. That was kind of a shocker. So, I mean,
I have now
movie.
seen 2 movies that have a full-on vagina shot during a birth scene, and this one I was not I wasn't expecting either one, but the Castle Freak remake, that one got me too. So
yeah, no, it wasn't afraid to hit you with some graphic imagery. You see a little bit of that in Ugly Stepsisters as well, which I highly recommend. Yeah,
I did guess the downside, kind of. I did guess the sort of twist at the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I knew. It was kind of a, what do you call it? A decoy or audience decoy distraction.
Red herring.
Wasn't who you're, the red herring. Why couldn't I think of that? And I knew right away on that. And it wasn't even, I was like guessing, it was like I was sure of it and I'm usually not like that. So I don't usually solve who the killer is till I actually see it revealed. But other than that, I really do think it was. I'm trying to debate whether I like the remake better or this, and I think I got to go with this because it brought something new to the table and didn't fuck up anything before it either.
Yeah.
It almost brought new life into a franchise that, like you said, you could have almost said, I don't need anymore.
Yeah, no, it fits nicely with the original film. Yeah, in my opinion.
So that's all I got on that, and I could rank this, but yeah, I can't believe. I'm curious to see your actual final ranking, Kory. Sounds like you hated this movie compared to the rest of them. And I put it up again, middle to up there.
You want my rankings now, or do you want me to wait till the end so you guys can?
Well, I mean, we should wait till the end, but is this the end?
Well, does anybody else got anything else to say about this one? This is the last movie, which, by the way, once again, confusing fucking title.
I thought we all just poured our hearts out into it. No, I mean, yes and no. I think the title makes perfect sense.
It's the first Omen, but it's the last Omen movie that they did.
Yeah.
You want to go see the new Omen movie? Well, how many Omen movies are there? 6. What's it called? The First Omen.
Well, I mean, I would have actually. It's 6 with the remake, but if you were, in this original timeline, which this movie is included in, so you can't really count the remake as far as the timeline. So this is Omen 5.
I'm going to remake it again with the devil moose that sucks your dick.
Well, you should. And you should call it Omen 6, The Last Omen.
Omen 666 and a half, the final insult.
The last
Yes.
The final insult.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. I mean, we poured our hearts out into this. This is what we got.
Yeah.
Kory's wrong again. He hates it. But Dan and I, it's respectable.
I'm not saying that there's not fun parts, but once again, they recycled the kills. And the priest gets a pole through the back of his head instead of through his chest.
It's a
But I mean, it's essentially
little
the same
different.
fucking thing.
That's you want the same, but a little different, though. You know.
No,
You
give
don't
me
want
fresh
just
kills.
You don't, because if you do something completely fresh, and then it's not what you loved in the first place.
Well, they completely changed who the bad guy is in this
That's
one.
the continuous struggle with fans, and this includes all of us. Like and we talked about this many times. Like we all want something new and quit rehashing things. But at the same time, if you get something too new, it's not comfort food. It doesn't feel familiar. You don't want it really.
Yes, but we've
Unless
already
the rare
had these
gem that it's
kills.
like, wow, I've never seen that before.
We've already had these kills throughout the whole fucking franchise.
There's nothing new under the sun, though, sir.
I don't care. Figure it out.
I think you just hate the whole franchise.
I don't hate the franchise. I own the fucking box set. I'm just saying.
You'd like it more if you had Dean Cain.
He's really angry.
That's the problem.
It doesn't have
right
Dean
there.
Cain, and it doesn't truly follow Ecclesiastes.
Yes.
And
Ecclesiastes has nothing to do with it. I think you just like to say Ecclesiastes. It's all right. I enjoy saying the word indubitably.
and his equestrian group that, whatever you study, Kory, and it doesn't go along with that. But I go into it as, I can't get all religious butthurt. I'm going in to watch an entertaining movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So where do we rank these? Where are you guys at?
Let's do it. Who do you want to? How do you want to go last?
According to Jess, I rank them all at the bottom of a garbage can.
Well, I'll go first. All right. Best to worst. The original is the best. Then I have in second place First Omen, and I knew that right after I saw it. Third place, I will give to the second one. Fourth place, I will give to the remake. Then I'll go 4. 4 and the remake are kind of interchangeable. But last, I would go Final Conflict. Final Conflict is like the only one it's not quite shit, but it's just not very good. So that's where I'm at.
Huh. We're just going to do back.
Do you want to go? Or do you want me to go?
Whatever you want to do, buddy.
Okay, then. I will go the original, part 2, the remake, part 3.
Oh,
wow.
Part 4, then the First Omen.
Wow.
Christ. Okay.
All right. I mean, we all agree the original movie is the best. So, yes. Number 2, I told you I have a soft spot in my heart for Damien-Omen 2. And I think it ranks right up there and was once interchangeable with the first one. But no, the first one is clearly the best. But 2 comes in second. Easy second for me. This was tough, but I think I'm going to put the First Omen as my number 3.
Okay.
It's kind of, I couldn't debate. It was between that or the remake. But again, this brought something new to the table and refreshed it. And it's not something I want to rewatch every year, but I had a good time with it. I was entertained, kept my interest. So, and then the remake is number 4. I had to put Final Conflict number 5, but it could be interchangeable with number 4. But 4 is number 6, just because it really, to me, is the least Omen feeling as far as connected movie. So,
okay,
that's similar but different.
So, just out of curiosity, has anybody else ever seen a crucifixion statue of Jesus like they have in part 3?
God, I've been all over probably. I can't remember.
I have never seen one like that where he's the cross is in front of him and he's got his hands laid out like, I don't know if you guys can see, but like this.
I don't
they
think
saw something similar in Puerto Rico for some reason, and I'm not sure where or what, but I have a vague memory of that. I don't know, maybe San Juan area, maybe you can find it.
kind of going back earlier, that struck another memory, nothing to do with the Omen, but the Left Behind movies. It technically wasn't a part of it, but like the same company made the movie Tribulation
Oh,
with Howie Mandel, Margot Kidder.
Cloud 9, Cloud 10.
Is it,
What a cast, Howie Mandel and
Mr. T's in one of them. Corbin Burnson.
yeah.
Gary Busey's got him.
Jeff Fahey.
Gary Busey was in that one that I'm talking about. It was Gary Busey, Margot Kidder, and Howie Mandel, I think.
Is Gary Busey the devil?
No.
Jeff Fahey. Jeff Fahey's in one of them.
Yeah, okay. Maybe for a gay, he for Fahey.
I think he's in Revelation. No. I don't know. He's in one of them. I know that.
Nice. Well, maybe for a gay, he for Fahey on Flesh Wound Features, we'll find whatever that is. Revelation sounds familiar for some reason.
I think that's the one with Mr. T.
The one I was talking about, yes. It's Gary Busey, Howie Mandel, and Margot Kidder.
Mr. T and Corbin Burnson are in Revelation.
I want to see Mr. T fight the devil.
I would like to see that.
Kory is right. It is like a celebrity rehab cast. You need to get Bai Ling in there somewhere.
Oh, man. Well, there we have
it. Those movies have run into the same problem that the Left Behind movies have, which is they are trying to do something on a much larger scale. They just don't have the budget for it. So
that is definitely clear when you cast Gary Busey and Mr. T. That is just like, we've got the Temu blockbuster.
I think you have a winner.
Well, it's gonna make me go watch it now. I'm gonna say to Todd, who's not the most religious person, there's a religious film with Mr. T and Gary Busey, and we'll probably review it next week. So.
Actually, I don't know if they're in the same movie. There's
Gary Busey, Corbin Burnson and Mr. T,
and Howie Mandel and Gary Busey and Margot Kidder.
I just want Corbin Burnson and Mr. T to like go and like solve crimes or something. It's not too late. That would be a great sitcom. Just that's it. I don't need much more than that. They just go. It doesn't have to be a cop show. I just want them to go and like, I don't know. Maybe they're like Neighborhood Watch or something.
That's a movie, Neighborhood Watch.
They're neighbors. They don't get along, but like, I don't know. They have to bust up some drug dealers in the burbs.
It's Corbin Burnson and who?
Yeah, it's like Jeff Fahey is like
Jeff Fahey, yes,
the smooth dad, and his family's like selling crack or like super crack or something in the neighborhood, and they gotta like team up to take him down. There you go. I just booked it. I can write that in about a few days, and we'll make it happen. There we go. Gary Busey's like a homeless man that nobody listens to.
Got our next hit.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see here. Tribulation has Gary Busey, Margot Kidder, and Howie Mandel. Judgment has Corbin Burnson and Mr. T. Revelation has Jeff Fahey, Nick Mancuso, and Carol Alt.
Nice. Okay. Well, coming soon.
Oh, and they have them in a box set. It's called the Apocalypse, the DVD collection.
Hell yeah.
So, and that's from Cloud 10 Pictures.
There you go. Mr. T. So have you what have you got? Oh, what do we got here? There you go.
I'm gay for Faye. Faye was a good looking bloke. No homo.
I'm gonna need that clip. Need to drop that in Discord.
What happened?
So what have you guys been doing to pass the storm? Have you been just watching movies, football, the Royal Rumble is coming up. One that
is that on ESPN?
yeah, it'll be
Then I
on.
won't be watching it.
I'm kind of lucky with that because I still have cable and everything through so I didn't have to pay the crazy price for. There are other ways though.
My wife actually came across, there was like 2 different bundles you could get. She likes to have Disney Plus, so it's like Disney Plus, HBO Max, and something else. And then there was Disney Plus, ESPN, and something else. And I was like, well, let's do the HBO Max one. It's like I can watch all the wrestling pay-per-views on Peacock, and then they announced that they were going to ESPN, and I was like, fuck you. So
yeah. It's fun. It'll be at like 2 p.m. Eastern since it's in Saudi Arabia. So
I'll wait till like 15 minutes after it's done and then just jump on YouTube and see who won. They'll have the video clip of it up. So
it's a little unpredictable this year. You're going to have it's going to be weird seeing 30 women in their pajamas trying to.
Oh, that's right. They're doing it in Saudi Arabia.
Yes, live from Riyadh. I love these like tourism commercials, like, hey kids, let's go to Riyadh. I don't feel like most people are gonna do that. I don't know. I'm sure there's some cool shit there, but like, yeah, I don't want to be like dismembered and put in a suitcase. I'm good. I am good, but I will be enjoying it at home, and yeah, I'm sure somebody will do a podcast on it. I don't know if we are or not, but
well, what do you have coming up over on Flesh Wound Features?
So we do have some big interviews coming up fairly soon to be TBA, but we'll be back live on Wednesday with the new Silent Hill movie, Mother of Flies, and I got to get busy. We've got some other shit too, but also March 8th, it is official now at the Gardena Cinema near Los Angeles. Flesh Wound Features is partnering with the Gardena Cinema for a pro wrestling double feature where you get to go and see a wrestling show. Kruger's going to defend the Flesh Wound Grindhouse Championship, and after that you can watch Nevermore, the Raven documentary. So one low price and you can get a wrestling ticket. All matches inspired by Raven's career, and I don't think we've announced any officially yet, so I won't do it, but you could probably go and look at some of his iconic matches and have an idea of what some of them will be. But Kruger will be defending the Grindhouse title, and we've got some exciting names to announce over the coming days. FleshwoundFeatures.com.
Awesome. We'll have the links down there below here.
Sweet.
Watching live now.
Just your mic went out, Jess, but
can you hear me now?
Yeah, kind of.
A
little wonky.
We'll have the links down below.
Sweet.
And yeah, as always, sounds great. Yeah, go check that out.
Hell yeah.
Jess, what do we have coming next month?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't.
Check your notes.
This is sad. I usually do know. I don't know. This is actually your sort of call on March. No, that's March. What's next month? February.
Yeah.
Trying to think
February.
what you guys haven't done franchise-wise.
Well, next month is a Rumble, the regular Rumble, I guess.
Okay.
Because we're back and it looks like that's the Mighty Ducks franchise.
Oh, we're doing the Mighty Ducks.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've even watched all the Mighty Ducks movies.
There's only 3 of them, so.
Oh, okay. I thought they made more direct-to-video ones for some reason. Maybe I guess I'm
No,
wrong.
there was a
No.
cartoon spin-off, and then there was a series, kind of a
It only lasted 1 season, didn't it?
2.
2 seasons? I think I watched half of 1 episode. And
Oh, it was a good show.
I got busy.
But I guess that's next month. I got confused.
If we only got to Mighty Ducks 6, you could have had Mr. T and Gary Busey as rival coaches. Alas, it wasn't meant to be.
Well, we'll see. That's what's down on the notes here. So, unless you
Can you
remember.
imagine that motivational speech? You got to be yourself.
All right. Well, anything?
We'll get it figured out for sure. So,
Sweet.
excuse me. All right. So, you got anything else you want to add?
No. Thanks for watching.
New
And-
Jess Graham
Jess
Live
Graham
coming up?
No.
No?
And thank Dan as always.
Yes. And protect your dick from moose or mice. I don't know what the plural is for that.
On that note, I don't.
All right. See you guys.